Welcome back to Fallout 2 Vegas. Dead money. Okay, so in this save, I have basically stolen all the gold bars from the Sierra Madre vault and escaped, but I obviously I had to use basically cheat codes. Oh, I should have. Yeah.
Is this thing on?
Ah, how does he see me? Okay, let's use a stealth boy. Ah,
What? Alarms. What? You think you can run? This entire structure is mine to command. Security, weapons, all time is against us. It always.
wait. Where's the... Where's the exit? Ah, okay. Stealth boy. Come on, come on, come on.
What's this?
Ah, like... Okay, stealth boy. Come on, come on, come on. Ah,
What's this?
are you fucking kidding me? Like... Oh. Oh, screw it, fucking you. Ah, of course he saw me. Okay. How about now? Like timing is so delicate in. Okay.
What?
Okay. You know what?
Think you can run?
Now
This
we
entire structure is mine.
now we legit. Okay. Now we
Oh, you think you've
legitimately,
outsmarted me?
manage to kind of sneak out. Okay. Yes. 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 You know what? This. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So this save. You know, basically in this save we have. Yeah. I just. Okay. In this save, I had to use a console command to basically like cheat my way out of the the vault, because even though I used kind of I tried to kind of stay behind the pillar, I used the stealth boy and whatnot, but somehow, some strange way, Elijah still activated that power field, before I could go past it, which effectively would have prevented me from leaving the place. But then I used a console command, I used basically a no clipping console command to kind of just so that I could literally just walk through that force field. Now, in this save, this time, we actually managed to do this. We actually managed to get past that doorway before Elijah could activate the stealth field. And this basically gave us not just like almost like an automatic victory, but also allowed us to carry all the gold bars that we took from the vault. And obviously, because if you take too many gold bars from the vault, you will be over encumbered. And if you're over encumbered, you will just automatically move very, very slowly. And that obviously is going to make your any attempt to. Oh, oh God. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, thank God. Like, okay. Now, for a moment there, I thought the game would crash. Like, yeah, I wanted, I waited, my time. I was explaining what I wanted to explain. And then when I finally kind of went for that save, there was that sort of delay there. And my God, I was so afraid that that delay, that delay would mean that, my game crashed, and which would have effectively voided, this this attempt where I finally actually got a success in this attempt to escape from the vault with all the gold bars and yada yada yada. But now, yes, oh, so yeah, is it a miscellaneous object? Yeah. Look at this. Look at this. 37 gold bars. Okay, yeah, that's the weight. The weight is, what's that? 12. Yeah, so 1,295, weight units of weight. And value is like, what is that? 38,000. 999. Wait, that's 6 figures. Oh wait, yeah, that's the combined value is 389,943 caps. Okay, yeah, save and the quick save, and then we'll walk to this the gate. Okay, okay, okay. Now that I have all these things saved and whatnot, gold bar, share market gold bar. Wait, what are those? I mean, I'm not afraid that I don't have those things. Sierra Madre chips. Wait. Miscellaneous item. Sierra Madre chip. Is it just? Well, it's okay. Gold bar. Okay. 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 Now, let us discuss one thing here. Okay, like, in terms of like themes, in terms of themes, dead money, like, and this is literally starting from like those very first radio messages that you get, concerning, the Sierra Madre casino and quote, taking a vacation in there. Starting from those, one of the kind of taglines, if you will, of the Sierra Madre is letting go. Let go. And that is definitely one of the big themes of this DLC is letting go. Let go your ambitions, let go your greed, let go, maybe even like let go your, grudges and personal hatreds and whatever kind of uh, antipathies you might have for other people or for certain individuals, certain groups, just let that, let all that go, like release yourself from greed and anger, hatred, rage, and maybe even in a even more broader context, you might even say like release yourself from like, I don't know, racism, and I don't know, the hatred of any particular gender, or whether like just release yourself from all that. And of course on a more concrete level, specifically release yourself from greed. Let go of your greed, your ambitions, your desires to, like, let's say like your desire to obtain power or wealth or whatever, whatever grandiose plan you might have. Just let go, because, and if, and in the sense that basically you will be put in a situation where the only way that you can save yourself is by letting go. Let go your angers, your fears, your greed, your ambitions, your hatred, your rivalries, whatever, and whatever. Just let all of those things go. Release yourself, like release yourself, let's say, first, mentally and spiritually, and then you will find a way to release yourself from your current predicament, like physically and like actually. And one of the sort of very concrete ways that this game wanted and the developers wanted you to kind of experience uh, this aspect of letting go is by it 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 literally it gives you this kind of, well, these gold bars that you see here, this big pile of these gold bars that are, on one hand, they are extremely valuable. That, there's the combined value of all those gold bars is, I mean, you can see, I mean, you can quite literally, yeah, as we just watch here, the combined value of all the gold in that Sierra Madre vault that you can pick up, this is almost like, this is a little bit shy of 400,000 caps, which is more than enough money that you can, for instance, like buy all those like unique special like weapons that the Gunrunner's Arsenal DLC adds to the game and the different viewers. Like, okay, let's say you have like Paciencia, which is maybe little over like 10,000 caps in terms of like how. Okay, so that's, but yeah, okay. Now, okay, I admit I have not, and I most definitely I have not done any like actual math, like how much would it cost to buy all those like unique, uh, let's say, gun runners arsenal weapons and gear that the gun runners arsenal DLC adds to the game. But if you have all these gold bars in here, then you most definitely are going to have more than enough money to buy, you know, I mean, this might even be more than enough money to buy all of them, but for sure it's going to be enough money to buy like at least like most of them. And so you can pretty much just freely pick and choose which one of all those nice little nifty special, these like super powerful, e- extra extra strong like weapons that you want to just, take and buy. You know, this will allow you to do that. And uh, of course, like I am absolutely positive that the reason the developers put this kind of large amount of like gold bars, which are on one hand very valuable, but at the same time just super 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 heavy, is that they wanted to make it, let's say, almost impossible or practically impossible to like take all that gold, to be able to take all that gold with you and escape from this, let's say, Elijah's trap and this Yamatra casino and whatnot. Now, but of course, as we can now see, like, and of course, like even me, I've done this before, and of course, I've seen multiple videos on YouTube of YouTubers doing this before, and I admit that though actually those kind of YouTuber videos that I watch, those were also kind of a major inspiration, and they're kind of giving me, let's say, ideas and like strategies that what you're kind of at least supposed to do or what you might want to do if you want to actually, you know to use the gaming term, like if you want to cheese the system, cheese the game by that, basically by you take all the gold bars, which obviously makes you extremely slow, of course automatically, like you absolutely cannot have a character that takes all these gold bars and is not over encumbered. Like you just can't have. I mean, the maximum carrying capacity you might have is maybe 400, and then of course there are certain like perks that, let's say, can reduce the weight of certain objects, like pack rat, like any object that weighs at most 2 weight units. The weight of those objects are halved, and then like heavyweight perk, which means that any kind of weapon that weighs more than 10 weight units then will effectively have their weight halved. And okay, there's like a fat man little boy kit, like a modification, which can turn your basically like 30 weight unit fat man into a 15 weight unit, weapon. And for like sniper rifle and anti-material rifle, you have the gun runners. Also, you have these some of these mods that can, at least to some degree, decrease their weight and whatever. But still, like, there's absolutely no way that you can carry more than 1,500 weight units of weight and not to be over encumbered. Like, no combination of strength, like, even if your strength is full 10 and you have every single possible, like, uh, uh, perk that either increases your carrying capacity or maybe reduces the weight of certain items that you might be carrying. No amount of those and combination of those can let you carry this much weight and not to be over encumbered. And I think that kind of thing is kind of supposed to be, which uh, I think the developers originally intended would be. And as I said, like this whole theme of like letting go, like, and so the whole purpose of like let's say like providing all these gold bars that are just on one hand extremely valuable, but at the same time extremely heavy, very very heavy, was to give you this kind of like concrete example of something that you cannot have, that at least technically you cannot have without losing, quote unquote, losing this DLC. That that basically, if you want to like survive this ending scene of this DLC, then you simply have to let go of all your greed, any kind of and all your ambitions, and just leave all that, or at least for the very least most of that gold behind. Because of course, yeah, if you're a strong character, you have perks that allow to carry stuff, then, and you are not carrying too much equipment to begin with, you might be able to pick up like very very small number of these gold bars and still be able to move, let's say, at a normal speed. You might be able to take maybe 2 3 gold bars and still be able to like walk and run the way you always can do. And obviously that makes it much 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 easier to kind of escape this place, and it will not, yeah. So being able to kind of acquire all these gold bars and still escape that uh, Sierra Madre casino vault, I mean, I do kind of acknowledge that it very much kind of it goes against the whole almost like it goes against the whole philosophy of this DLC, and it goes against the intent of the developers of this game and this DLC, and it's more or less like part of uh, well, like how with many games, especially like role playing games. Well, but not just role playing games, but in many games, you have this kind of like a society, this of people who, for instance, want to like speed run the game. So they want to they want basically to start and finish the game in the shortest possible amount of time, which may or may not include, let's say, like tricks and techniques that quote and unquote like break the game, like glitches and bugs and stuff like that. And mhm. And for instance, okay, yeah, like that's one example. But basically, like people who want to like achieve things in games, which I guess, like for all intents and purposes, from the point of view of the developers, and in terms of like uh, the and from the from the intent of the developers, should be impossible, and that they want to kind of achieve and do things which originally at least were supposed to be impossible to do in the game. But obviously certain gamers, you know they they want to uh like they go through the trouble of learning the game and its mechanics and levels and behaviors and the AI and everything like that, to learn them to such perfection that they can absolutely use and abuse any kind of knowledge or weakness, or any kind of like crack, if you will, in the design, to do things that perhaps the developers never intended to be possible to do. And I feel that, for instance, like to be able to like steal all these gold bars from the Sierra Madre Casino, this is absolutely definitely one of those things. Like the developers never, I don't think the developers never in their never in their like wildest dreams even imagined that stealing all the like taking all the gold and still be able to like escape from the vault and Elijah, that it would be in any way or form possible, because it's so much like it's so much overweight compared to what you can even hope to carry, and that will you know there's not a character in this world that could take all these gold bars and still be able to move in the normal speed. You can only move very, very, very slowly, because any character, like all the characters, like literally like 100% of all characters and all possible characters in this game, if they are carrying all these gold bars, will for sure, without even the shadow of a doubt, will not be able to carry these without being over encumbered, and so they will move very, very slowly. So any character, literally, like any character with all these, let's say 37 gold bars, if you're carrying all these crowbars with you, you will simply not be able to carry this without being over encumbered. If you're over encumbered in this game, you move slowly. I mean, just absolutely, just painstakingly slowly. Yeah. So yeah, travel back to Mojave. Yes, return to Mojave wasteland.
Survivors of the Sierra Madre
Okay,
thought about gathering at the fountain,
cutscene.
waiting for the courier. In the end, the caller's silence made them uneasy, and the fear of turning on each other made them hesitate and leave the goodbyes unspoken. The radio message at the fountain was enough for them, and there was no need to add another farewell on top of all they had suffered.
Freed of both dog and the one who held dog's leash, the other voice resumed control. First the mind, then finally the mutant shell. His first act was to tend to the scars on the body with careful hands, slowly healing all the scars, except the ragged name torn on his chest. He briefly thought of remaining at the Sierra Madre, but it was a monument built by humans, representing something he no longer needed. He began walking west, in search of others like him. As he did,
If we had
he
more
spoke of the
speech,
courier
we
who
would
had
have
set him
been
free,
able to
and allowed his
merge
life
the
to begin
personalities
again.
of dog and god.
King Domino, entertainer, singer, thief, explored the Sierra Madre not long after he was rescued by the Courier. Once he left the theater, the Sierra Madre recognized him as a guest, and many doors opened to him. He had to admit it had been built to last. During his search, he came across the final records of Vera and Sinclair, and realized what happened the night the bombs fell. He felt strangely sad for a moment, and he had no idea why. Shrugging it off, his mind turned instead to where the courier had come from. Vegas still survived, out there in the Mojave. Its sights, sounds, and casinos, ripe for the taking. So, giving the Sierra Madre one last nod and a wink, he set off beyond the cloud to begin again.
Christine, her mission complete, found new purpose as the Sierra Madre's warden. She watched over it silently, by choice. Over time, the ghost people came to see her as one of the holograms. They would watch, silently, as she walked among them. At times, Christine thought of the courier,
Even though
who
it's
had kept
never
Elijah's hand over her
explicitly
throat. The courier
explained,
reminded her of the other courier
but
she had met in the Big Empty.
Christine
Wondered if the
that we
two had
meet
found each
here,
other at last.
and that is
She did not think of
reference
them
in
again,
at
for she
least
heard the
in
legends of
Old World Blues,
the divide,
used
the
to
two
be,
messengers,
let's say,
couriers,
the
who fought
lover
beneath an ancient
to
flag, the edge of the world.
You heard of
Veronica.
the Sierra Madre Casino.
We
Like
all have
Veronica and Christine, they
legend
used to be together.
voices.
No,
Some
they were
foolishness about
lovers.
it lying in the middle of a city of dead.
But
Beneath a blood-red cloud,
Elijah,
A bright,
who was the
shining monument,
overseer of
reaching
the.
out, luring treasure
Okay, well,
hunters to
okay,
their
no,
doom.
the brother was still okay. The leader, okay, now, okay, I made a mistake.
A promise
The
that you
brother
can
was
change
still
your
leader is
fortunes.
not referred to as
Begin
overseer,
again.
but the yeah, elder, right, right.
That's not the
Oh
hard
my
part.
God, how could I make this
It's
mistake?
letting
But
go.
It's letting go.
the Elijah
Letting
as
go.
the elder of the brother of
it's
steel,
letting go.
I guess
It's
he
letting go.
forced Veronica and Christine to be separated. And that's probably because it's that Brother of Steel is a kind of small, tightly knit community and so they want all the relationships, well, the quote-unquote marriages, to be, heterosexual in terms of nature, because the whole purpose of, in that context, the whole purpose of these relationships is to, to procreate, to make so that the brotherhood can have more members, right? I mean, it makes sense. And the thing is, it of course it makes perfect sense. Oh, let's say the okay. I have a save just before the DLC. I am going to overwrite that save because I absolutely, definitely, and most do not regret, you know, going into this DLC and choosing the perks that I did and allocating my. I don't remember how. I might have gotten maybe one or two level ups during the DLC, but I do not regret. Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, this is one thing. Like, uh, before this DLC, this terminal was kind of locked, and it was locked in such a way that, even if you had like 100 in science skill, you still would not be able to like crack the the password to this terminal. But now it's been made available. So let's read. Yeah. Okay. Let us read. Science entry 112. You know what? You know what the funny thing is? Is that, okay, let me tell you a little bit about myself. Well, first of all, I am originally from Finland. I'm a Finnish guy. And in Finland, 112 is actually the national, kind of general national emergency number. Just like in US you have 911, in Finland a similar number is 112. So just just a little kind of detail over here that I noticed. But yeah, okay. Let's read the message. Science entry 112. I've started analyzing samples of the cloud that surrounds the Sierra Madre. Well, we certainly have a lot of experience with the cloud, and we know just how nasty stuff it is, and how it's just absolutely like, if you spend even like this much too much time in the cloud, how it just absolutely wrecks your health. Uh, okay, so yeah, preliminary results are promising. I need to perform a proper atmospheric analysis that requires I travel there directly. Still, the sample I have collected in my chemistry set is enough to keep my experiments running. The cloud residue replenishes slowly, and I have to limit the gathering of samples to its rate of growth, allowing me to restock once per day. Oh, okay. So there's basically, like some cloud residue there, which, slowly it replenishes itself, which just effectively means that you have, like, well, let's say like, not regarding the passage of time, you have effectively an infinite supply of cloud residue. Okay. Automated message from Sierra Madre. Dear Mr. Elijah, congratulations on your winning luck at the Sierra Madre Casino. We have set up your payment of Sierra Madre chips to be automatically delivered at the Dropbox specified every 3 days. Thank you. We hope you enjoyed your stay. Sincerely, Sierra Madre Management. Yeah, so effectively this just means that I think that the vending machine in here in this very bunker is gonna, I guess, like every 3 days it's gonna like restock, kind of like a gift voucher, if you will, which is effectively just, free, just certain amount of like Sierra Madre chips that you just get, for quote and unquote free. Download hollow message. Yeah. Note added. Elijah's hollow message. Yeah. Yeah, I think pretty sure this message is something that you can either choose to give to Veronica, and it's probably it's Elijah's message that is, I think it's gonna like explain like some of the motivations and reasons for the decisions that he made. And if you give this message to Veronica, she can listen to it. She can kind of get a bit more like deeper and better understanding of her former, of the former. Well, Elijah was not just the elder to the whole brotherhood, but she was also kind of a foster father to Veronica herself. And so obviously, Veronica, she it's only natural that she's gonna feel, you know, like even though Elijah left long ago and probably the things that he did and his goals and ideas, they probably didn't mesh very well with the Brotherhood's ideals, and they maybe not even like Veronica's, views and opinions and ideals, but still, even Veronica cannot deny that Elijah wasn't, an extremely important figure in her life. And for him to just kind of up and vanish and disappear and walk away without, kind of explaining his reasons to leaving or not. So obviously, that is something that is going to be very, it's going to be difficult for Veronica. Right, yeah. So, yeah, let's save the game. Right. Now I have the long haul perk, so I can even though I'm over encumbered, I can just fast travel away from here. But you know what? This is enough for now. And when we come back, we'll return. Obviously we'll send like our stuff and gold. We'll stash them and whatnot. But you know what? Okay, so this is enough for now. Thank you for watching and goodbye.